Guys, I just want to make a quick video summarizing some factors in the two previous clips that you just witnessed. The 460 Fat Grips PR, which is a 20-pound PR less than 24 hours ago, and then the 480, which was a 20 PR less than 2 minutes before the 20-pound PR. So 40-pound PR less than 24 hours ago. So I think it's important that you guys understand a few things. First and foremost, the first thing that came into my mind that I wanted to throw at you guys is the music and how important those external motivators really are for your strength. There's some people that preach that you shouldn't need music to lift and that you should be able to lift in silence. And I think if that's the case, you're really missing out on a lot of gains. I mean, music is essentially no different than coffee or caffeine or anything like that. It's like pre-workout minus the harsh chemicals and the caffeine effects on the body. So you can stack the two and now you're really in for some gains. Because it gets you euphoric, right? It gets you excited. And the thing is, with these last two videos that you saw, I played White Zombie and I played Fear Factory. I mean, we're talking two songs that I haven't listened to in 12 years maybe. 12 years. But they both had build-ups. And when it's those build-ups, that is what's the most important thing. It's important that the song gets you feeling good and energetic and that you really like the song. But more importantly, it's the build-up, because then once it builds to the climax, you go. And it's that important. It's like a study done, I think there was a study on it, of sprinters, and that they sprinted faster when there was like a gunshot to get them to go. It's just a signal. It's a systemic signal to your mind and your body. And I can't preach that enough. I honestly, if I was lifting to no music, I'd probably lift 100 pounds less. Because first of all, there's nothing that's getting me really amped up, getting me excited. But more importantly, I don't have that external cue to go. You set up, you grip the bar, you can do everything that you want. Breathe in, brace, grip tight, and think about your little cues. But when are you really going? When there's no one screaming at you to lift. And that's essentially how you need to look at your music. You gotta listen to something that you really enjoy, that gets you energetic, gets you excited, but it can't just be that. There's a ton of songs that I love, but I just can't lift to them. For instance, I'm a huge Iron Maiden fan, but they don't really have any build-ups. You know what I'm saying? They just got sick melodies and harmonies and stuff like that, epic tunes. But there's no build-ups. Like, for instance, the song that you guys hear a ton that I like to max out to is like This Love from Pantera, right? It starts out slow and it builds up, boom, crushing. Or like Domination / Hollow on the live Pantera 101 Proof album. Right, that's the ultimate build-up. Or like After the Burial, Pennyweight at the end. Like, just there's so many examples of stuff that's a little slower or whatever, and it just either gets crushingly heavy, or it just takes it up a notch. Like Shogun, Trivium's Shogun. Like, that's the ultimate build-up. You can't top that. So that's the first thing I wanted to point out. The second thing I wanted to point out was I want you guys to go back to like 3 days ago. I think it was 3 days ago. Or was it 2 days ago? It was 2 days ago. I posted a video how I was sick and tired of failing. You could tell. My mood was in the dumps. Like, my spirit was being broken. And that's because I focused so much on the same movements and I've plateaued and I plateaued. And I've been posting videos now for 4 years. And I think I've been doing talking videos now for like 2.5 or 3 years. And I've touched on this topic many times, but I think it can't be touched on enough. If you're not enthusiastic about it anymore, you got to throw it out the window. And usually you won't be enthusiastic about something if you've already failed and you failed and you failed and you failed. And that's the first reason why I started doing the odd movements in the first place, was because I wanted to be the best at all the goofy, weird stuff that nobody's ever done before, and take those goofy movements to the absolute limits. But also because they were so brand new to me. It was fun. It was fun to do them all. And I think that's the most important factor. And that's why I've really succeeded with a lot of the things that I've never tried before. That's when I've had my best runs with doing little mini cycles with them. It's because every time I went back to the gym, it was fun and it was exciting, and I was enthusiastic about pushing it. So for instance, I've been doing like the fat grips double overhand deadlift and just the straight double overhand deadlift for probably over a month now. And I failed and I failed and I failed and I failed to hit that next PR. But I kept pushing. And me, out of anyone, should know best that just throw it out the window. I mean, you could come back to it. You can see if this stuff carries over to it, but you got to throw it out the window, because ultimately what's most important in your training is your mindset, is your enthusiasm and your happiness and your drive. I'm not saying you should be happy when you lift. Sure, you're going to have happy days, you can have bad days, and you just have to know how to utilize those. Today I was feeling good, and so we got a little funky disco metal. I'm Your Boogeyman by White Zombie, stuff like that. If I'm mad, maybe I'll play Vital Remains. You understand what I'm saying here? The music's really important to convey those emotions to the weights. But most importantly, you gotta want to do it. For instance, I hit a 20-pound PR, and it was so fun, and it was hard, and I didn't think I had any more in the tank, but I was having fun doing it that I wanted to go for another PR. And I can guarantee you with the double overhand deadlift, if I would have finally hit a PR, I would have been like, whew, that's a burden